The Hidden War in Sudan, a story for the world. Imagine a land where the sun beats down so hard that the earth cracks, where people live in fear, and where the fight for peace has gone on for decades. Now think, what happens in this faraway land could affect all of us, countries like Australia, the USA, and the UK.
Why?
Because what happens in Sudan is not just about one country. It's about peace, power, and resources that can change the world. This is the story of Sudan, its past, its present, and what might happen in its future. How did the war in Sudan begin? Sudan's war did not start suddenly. It grew over many years, shaped by history, politics, and conflicts over land and resources. Many years ago, Sudan was controlled by Egypt and Britain as a colony. When they left in 1956, Sudan became an independent country. But independence did not mean peace. The country was very divided. One big reason for the war was the difference between the North and the South. The North is mostly Muslim and speaks Arabic. The South is mostly Christian and speaks many local languages. The North wanted to control the entire country, but the South wanted to be free. For many years, they fought. The fighting was very fierce, and many people died. This was the beginning of the long civil war that lasted from 1983 until 2005. The main cause was about power and land. The North wanted to keep control of the oil and resources. The South wanted freedom and respect for their culture and religion. Why was there a war? The war was about many things. A religion. The North is mainly Muslim. The South is mainly Christian or traditional beliefs. The government in the North wanted everyone to follow Islam. The South wanted to keep their own religions and traditions. Resources. Sudan has oil, gold, and other valuable resources. The North wanted to control these resources to make money for itself. The South did not want to lose control of its land and wealth. Power. The government in Khartoum, the capital, wanted all the power. The South and other regions wanted to have their own voices. A land and identity. Many people in the South felt they did not get respect or fair treatment. They wanted to be free to choose their own future. Who supported which side? Many countries watched this conflict. Some supported the government in Khartoum, while others supported the rebels or the South. The North supporters, countries like China and some Arab nations, supported the government in Khartoum.
Why?
Because they wanted access to Sudan's oil and resources. China, in particular, invested a lot in Sudan's oil industry. China's companies built roads, pipelines, and helped develop oil fields. The South supporters. Many Western countries, like the USA and the UK, supported the South and the rebel groups. They wanted to help the people fighting for peace and freedom. They also wanted to stop the government in Khartoum from controlling all of Sudan's resources. Other countries, some Arab countries like Libya and Egypt, supported the government in Khartoum because they wanted to keep Sudan united and under Muslim control. The role of external powers. The conflict in Sudan is not just a local problem. Many powerful countries and groups have interests there. China. As mentioned, China supports Sudan because of oil. They want to get oil and minerals to grow their own economy. China's support helps the government stay in power, but it also makes it harder for peace to come because China wants stability for its business interests. The USA and UK. These countries want to help bring peace and stop the violence. They often support the rebel groups and want Sudan to become a democratic country. Sometimes, they put pressure on Sudan's government through sanctions or aid. Arab countries. Many Arab nations want to keep Sudan united and under Muslim influence. They support the government or try to keep peace among different Muslim groups. Russia. Russia is another power that has interests in Sudan. They want to sell weapons and get access to resources. The complex relationship, friend and foe. In this conflict, no country is purely friend or foe. Countries support different groups for their own reasons. China is a friend of the Sudanese government because of oil. The USA and UK are seen as friends to the people fighting for democracy and peace. Arab countries might support the government or the rebels, depending on their interests. This makes the conflict very complicated. Sometimes countries support one side but later change their minds. The impact of war on the people. Millions of Sudanese people have suffered. Many have lost their homes, their families, and their peace. Children grow up in war zones. Schools are destroyed. Hospitals are not working. People are afraid to go outside. Refugees flee to neighboring countries, or even far away, seeking safety. Many arrive in countries like Egypt, Ethiopia, or even in Europe and Australia. They want a safe life, but they carry the pain of war. Current day and future challenges. Today, Sudan is still fighting. In 2019, the longtime ruler Omar al-Bashir was removed after protests. But new problems started. The country is now led by military leaders and civilians working together, but they often disagree. In 2023, a new war broke out between the military and a paramilitary group called the Rapid Support Forces. This fighting has made life very hard for ordinary people. Schools are closed, markets are empty, and many are running away from the violence. What about the future? Many hope for peace, but it is not easy. The country needs help to rebuild. It needs leaders who care about the people, not just power. Other countries, including the USA, UK, and Australia, are watching closely. They want peace because chaos in Sudan can cause more refugees, spread disease, and make the region unstable. Why should we care? The war in Sudan is not just a story about one country. It's a story about human rights, peace, and the power of the world to help or hurt. Countries like Australia, the USA, and the UK have a responsibility to help Sudan find peace and rebuild. When countries fight and suffer, it affects everyone. Refugees might come to new places. Resources become scarcer. And peace in one country can help the whole world. Conclusion: a long road ahead. Sudan's story is still being written. It is a story of pain, hope, and the fight for a better future. Countries around the world can help with peace, resources, and understanding. If the people of Sudan find peace, it will be good for everyone. We all have a part to play by caring, helping, and working for peace. Because in the end, peace in Sudan means peace for us all.
Thanks for listening to Book Whispers, where every story helps you grow. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with daily English stories and learning resources. Explore our playlists for more reading practice, vocabulary building, and Urdu translations. Until next time, keep learning and keep whispering knowledge.